You are listening to Christian Audio's production of Be All You Can Be, A Challenge to Stretch Your God-Given Potential by John C. Maxwell. This book is read by Lloyd James. This recording was produced in 2015 by Christian Audio, which owns the copyright. No portion of this recording may be reproduced for any reason without prior written consent from Christian Audio. This edition issued by contractual arrangement with David C. Cook Publishers. Originally published in English as Be All You Can Be. Copyright 2007 by John C. Maxwell. All rights reserved. Please visit christianaudio.com, facebook.com/christianaudio, or twitter.com/christianaudio to offer your impressions of this work and to explore additional titles. The following dedication appears in the book. To the hundreds of men and women who belong to my In Joy Life Club. These people strive to reach their potential for the glory of God. It is my joy to journey with them. Forward. On July 4th, 1976, while I was leading a service celebrating the nation's bicentennial, I got a sense that God was calling me to help other Christian leaders to grow and reach their potential for the cause of Christ. At the time, I told no one but my wife, Margaret. Even so, just a couple of months later, pastors and other leaders began to approach me, asking if I would teach them about leadership and personal growth. That was the beginning of a 30-year career helping others learn leadership. I soon started teaching sessions at conferences and leading seminars. At first, I was very excited because I was expanding my influence. I was reaching more people at events, and the people I was teaching were often leaders positioned to influence others. But I soon made a discovery. We tend to overestimate events and underestimate process. Events are good for making decisions and for picking up a few valuable nuggets. But to really grow, a person needs more. And most of the people I was teaching at conferences wanted more. They wanted ongoing mentoring in leadership. That's when I started creating resources. It was my way to come alongside others, many of whom I would never have the opportunity to meet, and help them on an ongoing basis. It's something I have been doing ever since. Why would I want to do that? Because the secret to your success can be found in your daily agenda. If you make it your discipline to do a little bit of growing every day, in just a few years you will be amazed by your transformation. Be All You Can Be was the first book I wrote to help Christian leaders stretch to their God-given potential. It contains many of the foundational lessons used by me and by many of the thousands of leaders I've taught over the years. Like all of my leadership lessons, each is based in the truth of Scripture. And these 13 lessons include biblical references so that you can do additional reading and reflection to soak in the teaching and lessons the Bible offers on leadership. I pray that this resource will lift you up, challenge you, and help you to stretch and grow to be all you can be for God. John C. Maxwell, 2007. Yes, you can. I've always tried to turn problem situations into opportunities for creative alternatives. On a warm day some time ago, my wife Margaret and I were traveling in a rural part of Ohio, and we were thirsty. The fast food restaurant where we stopped had ice but no Diet Coke. My solution was to obtain a cup of ice and buy a can of Diet Coke at a nearby store. It seemed easy enough to me when I made my request, but the counter girl said with great conviction, "I'm sorry, I can't do that." No doubt she had a "no, I can't" mindset that needed to be reprogrammed. I looked back at her, smiled, and said, "Yes, you can." Her face brightened, and she replied, "Okay." With a positive and eager response, she produced a cup of ice. That's all it took. My permission for her to respond to a creative alternative. All she needed was somebody to say, "Yes, you can." What I want this book to do is to give you